I'm going to tell you a bit about KPI options built on UMA. This is specifically meant for teams who maybe already have a live trading token called TOK for the sake of this presentation, and they want to grow their community. They might have a foundation treasury, so they have some of these TOK tokens to give away, and they want to hit some sort of particular target. So let's talk about kind of how this works. So you could think of doing an airdrop with your foundation treasury tokens today, right? But the problem with an airdrop, of course, is sell pressure, and people might not really care. They don't know you. So they wake up one day, they log into Xerion, they see, OMG, my wallet value's gone up, right? Or maybe they just hear that you have a claim link, and so they go claim, maybe they dump a lot, etc., right? You know, it happens. So what we've created is something that we think is a little more powerful for this. And what it is it's a conditional option, a conditional token. It only pays out if you hit your target. What this means is that you get to kind of employ a targeted group across DeFi or across crypto to help you hit your target. Wonderful handwriting I've got going on here. Okay, so let's get rid of all that. Okay, very good. So you get to community and you want to hit a target. So just to give you all an example of what UMA is doing, we are going to give away between 1 to 20 UMA tokens, depending on 2 billion RTVL. So we're giving away a bunch of tokens, and how many UMA tokens each one of those options will be worth, we'll call that UTVL is the name of the option for the sake of this presentation. How many UMA tokens each one of these will be worth is going to depend on the TVL. So what's very interesting about this is, I'm going too far, but basically what's very interesting about it is it makes sure that you don't just have all this sell pressure when you can't actually absorb it. So we are only going to give away these 20 tokens if we've hit this goal, which represents like a big growth in our reach. And we can sort of anticipate that the growth of our protocol and the growth of our token ecosystem can absorb this, and therefore it's not such a dangerous sort of airdrop. Okay, so how does this work? Why are you using UMA to do this, right? Like you could just announce, hey, we're going to give away a bunch of money if to these addresses if we hit this target, right? Well, that's not terribly exciting. So UMA is kind of known for, and it's also not trustless. UMA is known for synthetic assets, right? Actually, we're still working on the messaging here, but we want to be known as a custom value defining protocol. We actually allow you to create any ERC20 value definition collateralized by any other ERC20. And this means that you can define your token. So you can define a token based on a KPI of your protocol. And then your collateral is going to be your platform token. And so this Oracle, not just for synthetics, that's what I'm talking about here. You can actually calibrate this token to expire at a value paid out in your platform token that is based on a metric that you decide. So how does this actually work kind of in the token flow? What's going to happen is the foundation is going to lock their foundation tokens as the collateral. So in UMA's case, we're going to lock 2 million UMA tokens. And we're going to mint 100,000 UMA. We're going to airdrop to DeFi governance and UMA community. Now, on June 30th, the final day of June, so I can't remember So we're just going to say end of June, these tokens will expire. So let's say the TVL of UMA was 180 or 1 billion and 800 million. That would mean, that's a funny way to express that number. That would mean each UTVL would be redeemable for 18 UMA. So that means everyone who's received any of these UTVL tokens can redeem them for 18 UMA. And then, and this is an interesting piece of it, right? Like our foundation will go back and reclaim the remaining 200,000 UMA, because we put in this 2 million UMA over here, and only 1,800,000 would have been redeemed, because that's all they were worth based on this expiry moment. And so this will actually just go back to the foundation. And so what you're going to do is lock in the maximum possible payout when you create this product on UMA. That's how much you're going to lock in, but then you're going to come back and claim whatever's left over after the expiry. Okay, so why is this a cool idea? So I mean, the first is that you want to grow your community. Everyone loves that. Crypto is all about community. And what's cool about it is you're not just growing the community by hoping that they suffer from the form of reciprocity and gratefully join you because you gave them money. Basically, giving them a job. You're aligning their incentives. And you're also sustainable here. And so I keep doing that. Sustainable here means that you're only creating sell pressure if your KPI has been hit. And so it's important to choose your KPI correctly. Because like, let's say you hit your KPI, but your KPI has nothing to do with your token ecosystem. Well, sell pressure might not be absorbed because you've chosen your KPI correctly. So you do have to design this well. In UMA's case, like we trust that TVL and token ecosystem health correlate pretty well. And so we think that it's very much, the KPI sort of has to represent the growth in the number of people who want to see the program succeed, essentially. And then the other benefit of this is plenty of foundations are holding too many tokens. They want to get their tokens out there into the hands of ecosystem people. And so this is basically a smart way to do that. How would you plan your airdrop? So you would want to choose which communities that you want to target, and then effective helpers. So effective helpers are like, who can help you hit your KPI? Who can help? And then like, who do you want around? Who do you want around? Okay, so that is the overview. I won't go into too much more detail here. You can come to discord.umaproject.org and ask questions. We have a KPI Options channel. My name's Clayton. You can certainly tag me if you have questions. Yeah, I would just go ahead and clarify here that this is a process where you're going to create a governance proposal called an UMIP, and you are going to approve your token as collateral. So you would approve the TOK token as collateral. You would also approve your a price ID for your KPI design. Then you would launch the contract. So that's like a very big overview of kind of what this looks like once you get in here. And we are excited to support you in doing that. So thank you.